And welcome back, everyone, to the Lantern Corps video. So today's video comes to us from David Atkinson, who, now you said Scooter from Doug, but there, as far as I can tell, there's no Scooter. Did you mean Skeeter? Because it's Skeeter Valentine. That's Doug's friend. I'm going to assume that's what you meant, because that's what the video is. But Scooter from Doug. Anyone watch Doug growing up? I watched Doug growing up. I watched a lot of Nickelodeon growing up, because that was one of the only things available at the time. And I definitely remember watching a lot of Doug. Doug was okay. I liked Doug fine. It's not really all that amazing of a show, but it's not terrible. And Scooter was the best friend of Doug Funny. Now, the problem with any character on this show, is that they really are just kind of blanket personalities. They're not all that in depth, especially when it comes to their emotions. Doug is probably the one that has the most development when it comes to emotions, but even then, a lot of it is insecurity and fear a lot of the time, which means, I guess, technically he could qualify. I think his best core would be shame, although we're not talking about Doug right now. We're talking about Skeeter. Skeeter doesn't even have that much to go off of. This is one of those scenarios where I can only think of one Lantern Corps that might work, because he has not been happy his whole life. He's only 11, 14, I can't remember what. They're like early tweens. But he still hasn't been happy his whole life, because we've seen episodes that deal with the fact he wasn't always happy. He doesn't have enough negative emotions or shame to really be a shame lantern. Yeah, he's alive, but and he enjoys living, but I don't know if that really qualifies him beyond that point to be a white lantern. And death is a no-go for obvious reasons. He's not really all that willpower. He doesn't have that strong of a will, from what I can tell. And think words here. I can't say we can really talk about overcoming great fear. Nor does he inspire fear. He's not motivated by boundless rage. Love. I mean, look, there was the Doug movie that they found the creature of what was it, the nematode. I think that Melvin. They didn't have her Melvin. I don't think he was motivated to love, but I think so I should maybe add one on here, because he certainly, even though he's a kid, I don't qualify him for avarice. Well, not really. Mostly just because avarice is one of those things that anyone theoretically could qualify for if they're just greedy enough. But most people have a certain level of greed in their history. So I guess the second one I'll throw on here is compassion. This is not the original core I showed up with, but compassion. The movie did show he had enough compassion, definitely, to save Melvin and to care about him beyond just like some payday or something like that. Beyond that, though, the only other one that might work. Oh, and I'm gone. There we go. Might, mind you, is Hope. Because as kids, as younger individuals, we are filled with a lot of youthful hope and ideals and dreams. And we get that a lot with like the dream sequences in Doug. So maybe Hope. I think I'd maybe lean a bit more towards compassion myself. Remember, I know some people argue the point sometimes, but you don't just have to be devoid of compassion. Compassion could also be your dominant emotional trait. Compassion's a weird one, though. It will either seek out someone who's completely about compassion, or it will rob someone completely devoid of it, of their will, and make him a slave to the indigo ring of light. Anywho, so yeah, I guess compassion works the best. I don't know. Characters like this are a bit more difficult than other characters, especially when they don't have enough screen time for it to really work. So I don't know. What would you do? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time. Have a good one.